All right, guys, we're live. Something I haven't done in literally forever, I feel like. So, as you come in, just pop on in and say hey, so I know you're here. Otherwise, I won't know if you're here. Oh my. Give everybody a second to pile in. All right, just waiting on the people to file on in. My lighting is kind of crappy today. I apologize. I tried to turn on plenty of lights, but I have a feeling it's still crappy. I think it's just my laptop, honestly. All right, we got 2 people. 2 people. Hey, Annie J. It's good to see you. I feel like we never get to hang out online together anymore, so this is good that you're here. There we go. Gotta show those comments. Okay, I went ahead and texted Chris. I don't have Storm's number, so anyway, Chris just said that he's on his way. So we'll find out. Once we get more people in here, I'll start getting y'all caught up because I feel like I haven't been live in forever. Kind of fell off the wagon there for a second. Working on getting back up though. I talked to him earlier today. He said he was going out of town tonight and he would try to hop on. So we'll find out. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've lost about 20 pounds, give or take, since after Christmas. So I've been doing pretty good. It's definitely been challenging. But thankfully, my new job is very active. So that helps me, get the step in. And that's been helping me with losing weight too. Yeah, my goal is to lose another like 25 before October because my brother's getting married, so I want to look good since I'm a bridesmaid. So we'll see. I'll be happy if I at least get close to that goal. I have to learn how to set like realistic goals for myself. It's always good to see you, Chris. How are you doing, Chris? Sorry I had to crack my fingers. That was probably very annoying and extra. I apologize. Oh, listen, I completely understand all that. Oh yeah, I think I saw on Facebook or not Facebook, YouTube about his dogs. I'm gonna wait for one more person to come in the chat before I start talking about all the interesting stuff. I was telling Annie J about one of my interesting things earlier. Oh man, I'll tell you. It's been quite a couple of months, I guess you would say. I just feel like it's been one crazy thing after another. I know that much. One crazy thing after another. I have been. Hey Storm, how you doing? All right, so that next person came in, so I can start talking. But it has literally just been like a crazy couple of months. So I got diagnosed with sinus tachycardia like 2 years ago. So basically, what that is it means that your heart rate is elevated and it's usually due to something, which that can be like anxiety, that can be alcohol, that can be caffeine. There's a whole long list of like what, can trigger your heart to race. So I got diagnosed about 2 years ago, and I went to a cardiologist, got a diagnosis, and got put on some heart medication. Well, it's a beta blocker, but that's pretty much just like a heart medication. So I wasn't having any problems for like 2 years. Like everything was great, like my heart rate was normal and all that. Like I didn't have any issues with that. So, about 2 months ago, I was sitting at home and I was just relaxing before bed. So, I always check my heart rate twice a day. I check it in the morning and then I check it at night also. And it had been good up to this point. Like I had had no issues with it. So, well, that night, like right before I went to bed, I was checking my heart rate, and all of a sudden I could just like feel my heart like beating out of my chest, is what it felt like. Like my heart was literally racing. So I put on my little oximeter to check my heart rate, and it was at 167. And mind you, I was just sitting. That's all I was doing. So I was starting to stress out at this point because I had checked it a few times and it had not gone down. So I was starting to stress at this point because basically what my doctor had told me is that if it gets over 110 like consistently, that's whenever I need to be worried. So I was pretty worried. So the first thing I do is call my mom because that's the first thing I do whenever I'm just like stressing out about something, cuz she usually calms me down. So I usually call her. So I called her and she was like kind of shocked cuz she couldn't tell what was really going on either. So basically what she told me to do is call like the on-call doctor that is at my doctor's after hours and see what they suggest that I do. So, I basically did just that. Like I called the doctor and the doctor said because I had shortness of breath and my heart rate was at 167 that I needed to go to the ER. So I went to the ER. And basically what they did is they ran like every test in the book. They did an EKG. They checked my like they monitored my blood pressure, monitored my heart rate, gave me an IV of solution. I did a urine test. I did blood work. I did chest x-rays. Like I did all of that. And basically they couldn't find anything. All that they could basically tell me is that my liver enzymes were elevated and that I was slightly dehydrated. That's all that they could tell me. After all those tests and about 4 hours at the hospital, that's all that they could tell me. So they basically told me to just follow up with my primary care doctor and follow up with my cardiologist. So that's what I did. So basically, we're just in the process of trying to figure this the heck out right now. So, hypertension. I think hypertension is blood pressure, but yeah, I have issues with that too. So that's why I get worried about that type of stuff. So, anyway, hi Michael, I see you. So, yeah, my doctors are trying to figure it out right now. So I went to my PCP and basically she wasn't quite sure of what to do. So, she told me that she just wanted to do an ultrasound of my liver because my enzymes were elevated just to make sure that everything was okay there. And then, she didn't really know what else she could do for me at that point. She just said to follow up with cardiology. So that's what I did. So in the meantime, my heart rate was like still elevated and I was pretty worried about it. So I went back to my PCP because I had like another week before I go see my cardiologist. So my PCP was like, I don't think anything is wrong with your heart because looking at your EKG, it's not really showing that there's anything physically wrong. She was leaning more towards my anxiety was just making my heart race. So what she did is she upped my anxiety medication, and then it ended up that I had my cardiology appointment like 10 days later. So she just said, wait to see what he suggests to do. So I was like, okay, that's fine, which I understood that because she doesn't really specialize in like the heart. So I understand that. So I went to go see my cardiologist last week and I was so stressed out at the appointment because I can't even talk. I was so stressed out at the appointment and my blood pressure was up and my heart rate was up and I was just so stressed out and I was literally crying at like the cardiology appointment. And like the nurse was like trying super hard to basically just try to calm me down and stuff like that. She's like, you're probably stressed and that's why it's high. Just relax. She's like, you'll be okay. And like she was trying like really hard and she was really caring, and trying really hard to just like calm me down. So then my cardiologist came in and he's really good. Like if I knew anybody that lives near where I live and they needed a cardiologist, I would totally recommend him because I feel like he's very thorough and he really likes to get to the bottom of things, so he's going to figure it out. But my cardiologist was stumped also because he was looking at all of my ER paperwork and he couldn't figure any of this out. So he was just asking me like a whole bunch of questions. And basically, what he wants to do is he put me on some new medication because I was taking a different beta blocker, but he put me on a different one now to see if that helps. And then he wants me to get an echocardiogram again on Friday, which I had gotten one 2 years ago, and it basically showed that I didn't have any issues. So I wasn't really worried about it, but he wants to run the tests again just to make sure. But he was listening to my heart and like looking at my EKG because I have to do an EKG every time I go in there. So he was looking at that and he's like, I'm leaning more towards it being an anxiety related thing as opposed to a heart related thing. But I still want to run the test just to make sure. So I agreed with that. So I'm getting an echocardiogram done on Friday. And then I go see him again in 2 months because I started new medication. And if everything is going okay, he's not going to run any further tests. But if my heart rate is still high and all of that, he's going to run some more tests. And I think he said next he's going to do a CT scan and all of that. So just pray for me, guys, because it's been a kind of stressful time for me. And I've had to make a lot of changes to my life. Like my cardiologist said that he doesn't want me drinking caffeine anymore. So I basically have to cut out coffee, which if y'all know me, you know that that's a difficult task. I have some decaf coffee, but it just doesn't hit the same. So your girl's been struggling. And I haven't had an alcoholic beverage in like 2 months also. And like I've said before, I've been losing like a good amount of weight. So I'm working on losing more, to get those liver enzymes down and stuff. Especially because I found out that I have a fatty deposit on my liver. So I would like to get rid of that just so I'm as healthy as possible. Because I want to live a long life. There's still a lot of stuff that I haven't done yet. Okay, let me get caught up. Oh, yeah, no, I definitely have positive thoughts, but it's just it's just I stress out a lot and my anxiety gets in the way, and that's what the issue is. Yeah, we're gonna be able to look at that, so we'll be able to find out if that's the case also. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate you. And same to you. I know that you were venting about some stuff the other day and you felt bad about it, but never feel bad. Like I'm always here. Listen, that's what I was thinking too, Perfect Storm. I was thinking like I don't really want to give up my coffee, but I have to do what's right for me health-wise. So, we're just drinking decaf coffee if we want coffee. And I've been drinking a lot of water. Hey, Eddie. It's good to see you on this side of things. Yeah, it is bad. I feel like everything is bad and you should just be eating and drinking everything in moderation. Literally. Yeah, so do I. I'm working on getting rid of that. Yeah, there is. You can have like a fatty liver, um, due to like being overweight and stuff like that and a poor diet, which I know that my diet isn't the best, but I'm getting a lot better with things, so that's good. But I'm pretty sure if I just lost some weight and ate better, my fatty deposit will go away. Yeah, we are too young for this stuff. It was so funny though. So I'm starting to like feel old. Okay. So I'm 33 almost. I'll disclose that. So I'm like 33 years old almost. So they've been hiring like a lot of young people at my job. So I'm just always around like these young people and I just see how they act and what they do. And I'm just like, damn, I'm old. Like, do y'all ever have that feeling where you're just like, damn, I'm old? So there was this young kid who works at my job and he was drinking like two monsters. Like he downed like two monsters. So I asked him how old he was, and he told me, and he was a youngin. We'll just say that. So he was very young. So well, very young, like compared to me. So I said to him, I said, "How old are you?" And he told me. And I said, "Enjoy that while you can because I was about 10 to 12 years older than him." I said, "I'm about 10 to 12 years older than you and I can't drink caffeine anymore. There'll come a day where you can't do that anymore." And he just started laughing. I said, "Enjoy it while you can." So I'm just like, enjoy all the monsters and Red Bulls and coffee while you can, because after you turn 30, you can no longer do that. So, oh man, yeah, that's not good. Yeah, I'm trying to work on it right now. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to just like get to the root of it because I don't really know like what's going on right now. Oh, yeah, and I'm going to see a gastro doctor in May about the fatty deposit, so I'll see what they can do about it. Heck, that fatty deposit might be gone because I've lost about 15 pounds since that appointment. So we'll have to see. I just don't feel like you're that old. I hate to say it. Oh, yeah. I'm happy that Annie's doing a lot too. All right, so that was kind of like the slightly depressing stuff. Um, but there's been some definitely hilarious stuff that's happened. So, put a 1 in the chat if you watched this past season of The Bachelor. The only reason that I watched it is because they were showing previews for it whenever I was watching The Golden Bachelor, and I thought that the guy that played that was doing The Bachelor was very cute. So that's the only reason that I watched it. Um yeah, no, I'm talking about like the regular Bachelor, the last like Bachelor. But I only watched it because I thought he was cute initially, but I got really into it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. There was just like a lot of stuff going on, and I was here for it. Like, me and Cece had like games that we would play during the show, and like my mom would come over for dinner, and we would just have like a good old time, like every Monday, whenever we would sit down and watch The Bachelor. So, y'all didn't watch it, so I don't even know if y'all are gonna understand any of this. But I was really into last season. Okay. Like heavily into it. So I had like my favorite girls and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. The older ladies were pretty wild. I will admit that. So, the last season of The Bachelor, those ladies were just like full of drama. Like, I feel like if you said one wrong thing about somebody, or if one person made a comment and another person didn't agree with it, all of a sudden everybody was like shit talking one another. Which, you know, like you that can kind of happen whenever you get like women all together, and you know all the women have like different viewpoints and different ways of living. You know, I hate to say it, women can be like conniving creatures sometimes. Like, you can't always trust like women. I have a few that I trust and that's about it. But, you know, you women are hard to trust for the most part, cuz if they don't agree with like one thing that you say, all of a sudden you're a bad person. So, there was this young lady on there named Medina, and she was one of like the older ones. I think like the girls on The Bachelor ranged anywhere from like 23 to 31. And I think Joey was like 29 or something like that. Joey is the guy who was The Bachelor. So Medina was one of the older girls on the show. And she was 31, and she made a comment about how she was feeling really insecure about, you know, how old she is and being single, you know, and being one of the oldest girls there. Like, she basically was just like stating how she felt. And one of the other girls, her name was Maria, which I can say all this because this all happened on TV. I might actually bring the clip up because, you know, we can just have a rewatch moment. Old to me, new to you. But there was this other girl named Maria, and Maria was kind of a wild one. We'll just say that. So basically, like Maria basically said like you're not old, blah blah blah. But I guess this other girl named Sydney, who was friends with Medina, took it as Maria was shit talking Medina. So that just started like weeks and weeks of drama. And I felt really bad for Medina because I feel like all she did was voice how she felt. And I'm sure that there were other women out there that could easily relate to how she felt because I know that I was one of them. I was one of those girls that I'm very insecure about being almost 33 and single. I hide it well, but I'm pretty damn insecure about it. And I think it's just because, like sorry, my eyes itchy. I think it's because, a lot of the people in my family are married with kids. And then you have me and I'm just here and I'm single. So, I completely understand like where she's coming from and all of that. So I was able to kind of like relate to her. I should bring up this clip before, we talk any further. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I'm just bringing up a clip. All right.
Our mission here is to help them abused, neglected, and the ones that others have given up on.
I think Saran's is really unique.
Literacy,
There we
zebras
go.
and camels and dogs and horses are like screaming at you.
Involved. I love that you.
I think she said this. You need to talk to her and clear your name.
My thing is, what do you think that the age thing has anything to do with this? I'm just confused as to why that bothers her so much.
The way I think it was told to her, it was like you were just like downplaying her feelings and like disregarding them. I think that's how it was like said to her. You know what I mean?
It's kind of
That's
scary
Maria.
to think about because I've been so nice to everyone and they've been so nice to my face. I don't want anyone else involved. I love that you were by my side to know that I didn't say this. We don't need to make this thing. It was brought to my attention that Medina was feeling some sort of way about a comment that I might have said about her
That's
age.
Medina.
I'm worried that this is drama that can affect my situation with Joey. So let's get to the bottom of this so we can nip it in the bud. Oh, hi. Hi, can we chat? Sure. Something was brought to my attention. That bothered you. So can you just explain to me what upset you? Just tell me that.
I heard the comment that you said, well, I'm old too.
But is this being like our age, like does being my age make you upset? I'm so confused.
Nothing's making me upset. I'm actually in a fine mood right now, and I actually just was
but you just
waiting for
you just
Joey,
said that
so I don't.
Me saying that I'm 20, I'm old too. First of all, I don't consider myself old.
It made it feel like you didn't think that was a valid reason to be upset. But there's much more to the story, and that's why I'm sitting here waiting to talk to Joey because I haven't talked to him, and I want to explain to him more to the story. Okay, so can we have a different conversation?
I would love to talk to you after. I would love to talk to you after. I'm like, this is so dumb. I like her. I'm not even upset with Medina because she's being told. I want to know by who. So guys, I just have a quick little question. Was there someone that had brought up something to Medina, me saying that I'm 29 and
That blonde
I'm
girl,
old
Sydney.
too? Did anyone say that to Medina to make her feel sad about the age thing?
Yeah, so I heard you say something very loudly. I wasn't even in the conversation, but you said something about age and like right after Medina had opened up. And
So
I
that's
just thought
impossible.
that like Medina's my girl. And I just thought it was, you know, like very condescending and like
Medina's my girl, too.
belittling
Before you
of
say
her.
it's condescending, can
Yeah.
you just let me
Just
know
the
what was
tone,
said?
the tone.
What
You
was
said
it?
something around the lines like, I'm old too. And like, I don't know exactly.
I would, first of all, like, let me just stop you right there. I don't think I'm old. I think 29, 30, 31, not old.
Well, she felt that being the oldest one in the house, she feels a certain type of way about it, and her feelings are
We're the
valid.
same age.
And as my friend, see, that's you belittling it, right?
You know, you're right. I respect that she's going through that, but let me promise you
No,
something.
your opinion
I
is your
would
opinion.
never,
but I,
ever
my girl,
age shame someone. And let me tell you, her age being a problem in her heart, I feel for her because I want her to own it. I think she's not only a hot 31-year-old, she's beautiful in and out. And Joey would never look at her and say, 31? Too old for me, baby. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. If anything, that's an advantage. So for this to be a conversation is crazy. Do we not all agree that this is a little nuts? This was so dumb. Just next time, come to me.
Okay, so that's enough of that. Y'all get the point. So yeah, that's basically what the whole situation was. And it was just like kind of funny because I was waiting for like Women Tell All to come out because I knew that just like Medina was gonna like go off. And I need to find that video too. All right, so now I'm gonna bring up Medina on Women Tell All.
I mean, honestly, I feel like Jen, I said this to you, was like an honest
There's
waste of my
Medina.
emotion, and honestly a waste of your emotion as well. And I feel like it was really frustrating to hear you call yourself a girl's girl and then be upset to tell me how to act. I don't think
So let me explain that situation. So basically what had happened is Sydney had gotten eliminated and Medina was being nice to Maria. And Leia didn't agree with that because of the whole Sydney situation. So basically it's just those two like confronting each other about it.
no, she was. Finish what I was saying.
I think Leia was saying.
I think Medina should finish what she's saying. I think Medina should finish what she's saying.
Leia
Did you
was
watch
saying,
the tape?
Yes,
She
and-
literally
yeah,
told
but
me.
you're like, don't tell me to be mean. She's like, I'm not saying.
These women are crazy.
Be friends with. I can
No,
be friends
Leia. No, for switching up.
Ladies and Medina, I want to let you finish.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I can be cordial and friends with Sydney. I can be friends with the Dalai Lama if I want to.
I love her.
You don't have to pull me aside to tell me how to do that, especially after you pose yourself as this girl's girl, which was so frustrating. And I think, honestly, you owe me an apology.
Tell her, girl. Tell her, girl. Preach.
And I hear that like wholeheartedly.
Hey, Crystal.
And I am very sorry that you felt that way. I never really meant to make that conversation a confrontation at all. That conversation was about maybe how you were moving as a friend. And I agree, maybe I should, wasn't my place, and I'm so sorry. But you took that conversation and then you went to Maria and was like, Leia wants everyone to be mean to you, and that wasn't what the conversation.
never
was.
said that.
was the
You
conversation.
said, "Why are you
No, but it wasn't.
The conversation.
You said to her, why was she being nice? Because she told me I looked at when I came back from my 2-on-1, I walked into the most silent room I've ever walked into. No one was happy for me. No one had a smile on their face. But Medina looked at me and said, you look beautiful. And that's a problem. That's a problem. And you-
Medina is women supporting
Okay, well,
women. Okay. So now you've gotten like glimpse into the whole situation. So basically, like I've, been a fan of Medina. So I commented on one of her Instagram posts and then she commented back, which I was just like fangirled for a minute. So then I messaged her and basically we've been talking. So we've kind of become like buddies, which I think is cool. But she's cool. She's a very good person. So yeah. Maybe I'll be besties with somebody from The Bachelor. That would be different, wouldn't it? Or maybe I'm delusional. I don't know. Michael, we can watch that video too of Janelle if you want, because that was hysterical. Chris, isn't she beautiful though? Like she is drop dead beautiful. It's funny. I think she knew we were talking about her because I noticed that she just went live on Instagram. Ha. Oh, Barbara is hysterical. That's for sure. I can't get enough of that whole season. Ugh. I'll tell you, work tired me out today. I think I did like 14,000 steps. So, work tired me out today. She's doing good. Unfortunately, her dog had just passed away, so she was, kind of sad over that, which is understandable. But other than that, like she's doing good. We talk quite a bit, probably a couple times a week. So, yeah. Do you guys think I should go ahead and make a series about dating in my 30s? Because I feel like that would be an interesting series because I could tell you lots of stories. What tape thing? I missed that. I don't know. I feel like her content is just always non-tent, but we always have something to talk about, it seems like. And I think it's funny that she thinks that we're not going to talk anymore because Laura left. Well, she's taking a little break. She didn't leave, but she's taking a little break. So I think she thinks it's funny that we think it's funny that she just thinks that we forgot, but we didn't. Oh yeah, the tape on the car. Yeah, that kind of cracked me up too. I wouldn't take that seriously at all. Oh gosh, I don't even know how I can find love. I've just had a, big slew of bad romance, so I don't even know how I can find love. So how can I help people find love? Mitts, hey. Welcome. I appreciate you, Mitts. So what else have y'all been up to? I feel like we haven't really had a chance to just like come and talk. A Tinder live. You know what? You know what I think we should do? Because I think it would be funny. Is we should like get a dating app and just like read random people's profiles and just like laugh. Because it's ridiculous some of the shit that people say on their dating sites. I don't do Tinder no more. That's for sure. I don't even like to do Facebook dating anymore, but it's really hard for me to meet people, so I have to find a way to meet people. But that would be fun. We should like get a dating or I should like get a dating site. And then we should just like rate the guys on there and make fun of their little intro. Oh no, we're not going to do Craigslist. Sorry, I was catching up with an old friend from PA. She she's at a show in Cleveland right now, and I guess like she ran into like one of our old show going buddies, so she was telling me about it. So I was just getting caught up with that. I don't even know what to write on dating sites. Honestly. Oh, hold on a second. My friend's calling me. And then I tried to call her back and she didn't answer. What in the world? I should text her and be like, Bish, I tried calling you. Be like, Bish. Does anybody want to come up on panel? I feel like I haven't done that in a while either. Oh boy. I know these YouTube streets have been busy. I don't pay attention to a lot of it though. I'll basically turn it on like before I go to sleep and catch like bits and pieces of it. And half the time it's deleted before I can even go view it. So that's that. Michael, are you still working at the same place that you used to work at? You don't have to disclose what that is. It's just a yes or no question. Excuse me. Sorry. Gotcha. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Good Lord, guys. It's almost 9 o'clock. Oh my gosh. What type of nighttime shenanigans are we talking? I'm in my pajamas. The only partying and shenanigans I'm going to do is I might drink a Waterloo and then I'll probably go to bed. That's about all the shenanigans that I do. I know, we just wild partiers over here. Oh. Hey, at least I'm halfway through my work week, though. I have Friday off. Thank God. Speaking of things. Has anybody spoken to Pam? I feel like I haven't seen her around. Hey, Annie. I talked about the Medina story. Yeah, that's who I was referring to. I feel like I haven't seen her in forever. Kind of worried. Although I don't know if me and her are on the best terms because of how I handled a certain situation. But she was nice to me the last time that I had a live. So I think it's okay. Yeah, I haven't really seen her around. Oh gosh, Miss Texas. Miss Texas. That's funny. I just hope she's doing okay. That's all I was worried about. Yeah, she's one of the people that I genuinely liked on here. Which, I genuinely like all of you, but, she's a person that I genuinely like also. So, I was just kind of worried about her there for a minute. Yeah, I had heard about that. I know she's probably going through a lot. If anybody runs into her, can you just tell her that she's in my good thoughts and I've been thinking about her and praying for her? Oof. Calm nights are so overrated. Give me all the drama. Okay, yeah, that would be good. I mean, just, or anytime that you get to speak with her, just let her know that I've been thinking about her, praying and making sure she's praying and hoping that she's okay. I feel like people just do too much. Like, is this really all that necessary? That's why I've kind of stepped back. I'm just like, you people do too much. I used to be Budget Coffees with Taylor. So I think that's what she would know me as. So, yeah, it was Budget Coffees with Taylor. I'll write it in the chat. There we go. I can't be Budget Coffees anymore, though. I just drink me some decaf coffee now. Oh my, that's so crazy. Oh boy. I'm kind of glad I've stepped away from a lot of that. I'm more of like a silent watcher nowadays. I kind of just like silently watch in the bushes nowadays. I miss a lot of the craziness that goes on because I'm in bed early and up early. So I miss a lot of it. I've slowly become an old person. Oh no, I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for the offer though. I like my relaxed, chilled life. Me too. I think it's funny that you're blocked by Barb just because you offered to let her up on panel to talk about her medical issues. And you were just trying to help her be more understood, but she didn't like that. I don't even know who I'm blocked by anymore. I'm probably on a lot of people's block list because of how I used to be. I've changed though. I feel like she's trying to rip off your channel whenever she does that though. That's just my personal opinion. Candy and I had a disagreement and we just don't talk. I don't really have anything against her or anything like that. We're just two different people. Belle, I don't know what happened there, but I only wish the best for everybody. Oh yeah, definitely. I think she just wants the haters to stay. I'm borrowing my roommate's office to stream from while she's away. So it's been kind of fun. Her chair's comfortable. I at least don't have to sit on my bed. That's pretty uncomfortable. Let me plug in my laptop. We used to have some crazy times though. I feel like we should get back to that because we always had fun. We always had fun. I was always over at Annie J's page talking about everything in sight. We laughed, we cut up. I miss those days. The only time I block somebody is if they're being really rude. And even then, like, I'm open to considering like other people's opinions. But if you're going to be like really rude and personally attack me, then no, you're gone. I don't care if you like come in my room and chit chat and all that. Just be nice. That's all I ask. Like, I don't care if, you know, people come to my room that I'm not a huge fan of. Just as long as you're nice, that's all that matters. I think we can get back to that point. I think we all just kind of are different people now. I'm not wild like I used to be. That's for sure. I feel like my health has like changed a lot of things. Like I've seen like a big change in myself the past couple months. Yeah, exactly. You're funny, Chris. But, I think we could all get back to back to the good old days where we all just used to cut up and laugh at some point. We need to do another cook-off because that's fun whenever we do cook-offs. That spaghetti cook-off was so much fun. We need to do that again. Hey, how are you? Yeah, I want to do another cook-off. That was fun. I think we should do like, sorry, I'm nasally. We should do like a salad cook-off because I feel like it's summer, you're going to go to barbecues. There's going to be pasta salad, potato salad, 7-layer salads. We should do like a salad cook-off. I think that would be fun. I don't think my roommate would care if I used the kitchen for a couple of hours at some point. I haven't really paid much attention to her, so I don't know. I made a really good, like, fake pasta salad, except I used veggies instead of pasta and just put everything that I would put in a pasta salad and more, and it was really good. So I would do it. I would probably make that because it's like a healthier choice with like the veggies. Like I did broccoli and cauliflower and like artichoke hearts and cucumber and bell pepper as like the veggies, and it was good. Oh yeah, she would probably have fun too. I just don't know if she wants to be on camera, so that's the only thing that would be with her. My roommate makes a really good chicken salad, and I feel like she should make that. Shrimp salad's good. Crab salad is good too. Oh my, they have this restaurant here. It's called the Trestle, and it's so good, but it's only open at like certain times a day. They make chicken salad and like you can buy it by like the pounds. Oh my god, I need to go get me some of that on my day off. I think on my day off I might hit up there for lunch in all honesty. Because I think that just sounds amazing. Yeah, we should get a plan started. Because that would definitely be fun. Oh gosh. Crab is so expensive. I feel like even the imitation crab meat is like expensive. Oh gosh. I would hate to see what she's cooking. Yeah, Annie, we'll get together behind the scenes and plan it. Because I think that would be fun. She might make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and just mix up the peanut butter and jelly in a bowl and forget she has bread and just eat it. Oh gosh. Having the three of them there, that would be funny. I figured you were. Oh gosh. Listen, there's too many train wrecks here. Which RV lady? I feel like there's a lot of those. All right, guys, I have to use the restroom. Talk amongst yourselves. All right. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Oh my. There was a lot of conversation going on there. While I stepped out to go to the bathroom. I'm a Panther, and I'm okay with it. All right, guys. I think I'm about to call it a night. I'm pretty tired. But it was good catching up with y'all. Annie, we'll definitely plan something behind the scenes and then come up with something at a later date. So now I got to do my traditional say bye to everybody. So bye, Annie. Bye, Michael. Let's see. Bye, Annie. Bye, Michael. Bye, Chris. Bye, Mitz. Bye, Crystal's Place. Bye, Eddie. Bye, Perfect Storm. I think I just about covered everybody that's been in here. So good night, everybody. This was fun catching up, and we'll definitely have to do it again. Bye now.